Howdy, y'all. We are live on Whiskey Wednesday here. Summer Road Show continues, and we're here at the Vietmont compound in Morristown, New Jersey. My father, otherwise known as my father's house. So we've done some shows from here before, great place to do a summer road show, and we got a big group in the house tonight. So let's start here. We got just Mark, of course.
Hey everybody!
And we know our friend Beanie from the Kentucky trips, all the way from Deutschland. We have Johnny Van Etten.
Thank you.
Who is a whiskey aficionado. Spent many years in Kentucky, so he knows what he's talking about.
The second time on the show.
Second time on the show.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
We'll cue to somebody who doesn't know what he's talking about. We got to go for it.
I do know one thing. Hey, can we shoot one out to your dad for his birthday?
Absolutely. We're going to get to that.
Okay, we got a birthday.
So also, we have my father, 81 years young today. All right, round of applause for Mr. Whitman.
Well, I'm still alive.
Still alive, and absolutely. So, and he's drinking his Imperial and Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not drinking bourbon, but
That's all right. You know, it's made in Kentucky. It is. It's just made in a secondary barrel, so you can't call it bourbon.
I think in my case a fifth-dairy barrel or
A fifth-dairy? That Imperial barrel, somebody out there may have been used more than once or twice. I'm not sure, but we'll get to the bottom of that. So honestly, it's not bad if you're mixing it with whiskey. The price certainly agrees with my father anyway. But so what are we doing tonight? We're doing the bottle of the year, according to Fred Minnick, from 2023. This is the Larceny Barrel Proof. This is the C923. So for those not familiar, that means that this was barreled in the month of September in the year of 2023. They do 3 batches a year. There's an A, there's a B, and there's a C. So this is the third and final batch of last year. The proof is a mere 126.4. Oh yeah. And Fred Minnick said, I think he actually called it his second best bottle of the year. Yeah, number 2. So I don't want to sell him short, but we'll get a better picture of it here for you. There it is, the C923, and we know, of course, that this is a wheated bourbon, meaning that primarily it is made of corn, at least 51%, but the secondary ingredient, as opposed to rye, is going to be wheat. And that typically makes your bourbon a little softer, a little sweeter, a little bit more elegant, as opposed to those harsh, peppery, spicy notes we get with a rye, which I really love. But then again, your Happy Van Winkles are wheated bourbon. Your Wellers are wheated bourbons. So there are, the best of the best bourbons are typically considered wheated bourbons. So this really is no exception. This is the Larceny Barrel Proof. And I think if a fair comparison from what I heard, maybe a Weller Full Proof, something along those lines, where you're talking about, again, this is an unadulterated spirit. There's no water in this. This is right from the barrel as it was meant to be, not cut or not filtered. It is, so you're going to get maybe even some char in there from the barrel. If you see anything black, and it's not a mold. It's actually char from the barrel. So there it is. We got a big crowd tonight, so I'm mobile tonight. But let's get some initial impressions from the crowd here. What do you guys think about the Larceny C923? We'll go to Jess Mark. Got any notes?
Sweet on the nose. Peachy or apricot, like a stone fruit kind of thing. Get like a little brown sugar, like that little they're probably the chart of the molasses, kind of the darker.
Okay, brown sugar, molasses,
And the taste is
going to the palate now.
pretty much the same kind of thing. There's a little heat because of the,
Shout it at me, Mark.
so. Yeah, I'm getting the sweetness, the brown sugar, the apricot. This really delicious. I'm the rye guy, kind like you,
Yeah.
but this is packing a little punch to it. And all.
It is, yeah.
It's for the sweet and all. It's not that confection of sweet like that over sweetness.
Right.
This is the fruit kind of, which is this is really nice. I like
Okay,
this.
all right. So it's a thumbs up from just Mark. You go to Beanie.
Beanie says
Keep it up. Keep the volume up.
for my once a year, like stop in, once a year review. It's got, other than the inchworm that fell into my glass. We're not gonna hold that against it.
Well,
Okay.
that just makes it thicker for you.
It's got some fingers to it, it's like legs in the, way it's running off the glass. I had this bottle, I haven't opened up the bottle.
Oh, okay.
But when
Did
we
you
were,
buy one when I bought one?
I did, you were the
Good-
reason why I
good
bought it,
man.
off your
Yeah.
review.
Yeah,
So I am happy that I bought it.
okay,
So that's my simple review. I like
all
it.
right. Okay, fair enough. Johnny Van Ness.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for letting me join you once again. This is a beautiful bourbon, absolutely phenomenal. I spent some time, as you mentioned, in Kentucky and have
Yeah.
had some of these higher proofs, and
Right,
boy, this is one of the best I've ever had. It's absolutely
what
smooth,
do you like about
gives you that lovely warm
Kentucky
it?
hug,
Is it
hug.
really smooth at 126 proof?
Right,
It
for
is.
126 proof, it is very smooth.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't expecting that adjective, but all right.
I think so. Given what it is, it's really beautiful.
Okay.
I agree with the apricot, the sweet flavor.
Right,
Love it.
okay.
Still a
We're gonna
cigar.
go to the Grinch here. The gopher who, God bless him, he's like Mikey. He don't like it, right?
Got that look.
Does Mike
Hey,
like
man,
it?
He's got
I-
that
I-
Pacific
I
Rim.
just like my cereal.
Yeah.
It's not ancient age, it's
So-
not his.
What do you think there, Mike?
Actually, it's fantastic. And my name's not Michael. So no, it's fantastic. You guys are getting like the fruit taste of it. I'm just getting the wheat taste of it. It's funny though, wheat taste, but I'm getting a little. I wouldn't say it's a Kentucky Augsburg, but it's right on the tip of my tonsils, right before it goes down. Here, and it tastes like a good wheat
Right?
bourbon, and it does taste like 120. So
Yeah.
I give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not gonna knock it because it's fantastic.
All right. We'll go to my pop here. How are you enjoying your Imperial and Diet Pepsi?
Oh, it's really good, but my ice is melting because it's so hot out.
Yeah.
Take a sip of that. Take a sip of that.
there.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you're gonna have a sip of the Larceny.
Still Lou, hasn't changed in 20 years.
Yeah,
Forget it.
Lou,
It's fine, I'll go with it. It's fine.
calling you Lou for 20 years. It just looks like you.
I may have to change my name to Lou.
I want to be able to do that.
You're wrong. If your name's not Lou, you're wrong.
You need to rethink
Oh,
it.
that is, not bad, no.
Finish it up. We'll get it.
Sounds pretty good.
Almost as good as the Imperial.
Wow, that's good. Way to go.
Okay, all right. Well, we got a thumbs up from
As
Good
a,
my
On the
pop.
birthday boy.
Yeah.
as a very experienced drinker,
Yeah,
I like alcohol,
obviously.
and, somehow I've survived these 81 years, and, that's a good drink.
Okay.
Good drink.
Well, that's a ringing endorsement. We like that for sure. Yeah, this is for me, I wasn't quite expecting what I'm tasting, but it is good. I think it has a very traditional nose. Getting a lot of caramel and getting a lot of vanilla. So nothing like,
What were you expecting?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, but the wheats are usually a little sweeter.
Muffin top.
So, Muffin top, maybe, yeah.
Burnt one.
But I mean, the nose is very pleasant. It just, we opened a bottle of Jack Daniel's barrel proof a few months ago, and it just filled the room with flowers and just sweet fruit.
Was that a weed too?
No, it wasn't. And I was kind of expecting a little bit more out of the nose, something similar to
I
that.
see, okay.
Yeah. But the nose is good. But it's just good.
It's a
It's
weed.
not, it's not
It's
fantastic.
a weed bourbon.
It is a
Where
weird
it should
beer,
be.
yeah. So palate. Definitely drinks under 126. I mean,
Yeah, I was. Gonna
yeah,
say
I mean,
that.
Yeah.
And
this is maybe like a 110. Not that it doesn't pack heat, because it does. It's not that it's light. But it definitely drinks under its weight as far as the proof goes. And on the what I'm getting on this, it's really interesting. It is complex. I do get the vanilla caramel, but it quickly transitions into a Mark was saying the stone fruits. I get a little cherry. For me personally, I'm not getting the apricot, but I'm getting a little cherry. And then I'm give one more sip. Yeah, it's got a nice like a molasses finish.
Yeah.
Which is really pleasing.
Yeah.
Again, it's that wheated versus a rye. We're usually going to get more of a cinnamon peppercorn. This has got like a nice sweet molasses finish. It lasts about 30 seconds. It's not, it's amazing to say, it's really not a hug at 126
No.
proof. It's just more of kind of like a nice handshake. It's a very cordial finish, if you can imagine at that proof.
I got it.
Um, But yeah, a nice handshake of a finish. But something, I mean, it's pretty exquisite for its proof. And I hear this is about 6 to 8 years. No age statement on the bottle.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking.
Yeah, but about 6 to 8 years old, 126.4 proof. Drinks under that. Very nice bottle. I don't know that it's my bottle of the year. We're going to get to that in a minute. But Fred Minnick thought it was. So we'll see. But definitely a good bottle. And at $80, it doesn't offend me at all. I think that it's priced fair at 80. So now it's that portion of the program where we're going to get to our ratings. All right. And so we have a couple of new guys here. We'll go over it once again what we're looking for. Our first criteria is going to be color. Our second criteria is going to be the nose. Third criteria is going to be the palate. Fourth criteria is going to be the finish. And fifth criteria, and again, we're not putting any more weight on 1 through 5, although Chris, the gopher, likes to put the most weight on this last one, which is price point. Okay, so
Just so you guys know, it's anything $100 and lower is what we're reading.
yeah, we do not review bottles over $100. That's
So-
our rule, because we just think that
Yeah,
So
honestly,
this
like,
is in our price range.
Yeah.
that we do.
No
That's
old
smart.
Carter.
I like that.
it's not that no bottle of bourbon should be over $100. I'm not necessarily saying that. What we're saying is you shouldn't have to spend over $100 to get a good bottle.
We're doing the
Right.
working man's.
Look
Yeah,
for a
this
bottle
is-
that anybody.
this
can-
is-
Common
Yeah,
man's
This
review.
is the blue collar bourbon review.
love it.
Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna, I need a little another sip of it to put on
Aren't you
my
done with
name.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're gonna, again, go around the table and put him on the spot because he's a veteran. Just Mark, we'll hear your rating on this.
Is it better?
He's a veteran of this
Of
show.
the show.
Yeah,
I think
not of the
the
military.
color's darker than a lot of the stuff that we've done this year.
Yeah,
A lot darker. I like it. It's almost like a
Caramel.
Caramel, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not honey or like amber. It's darker. Which I like. And like the legs are here. The nose is, like I said, I'm getting that molasses brown sugar
I agree.
on the nose. Now, since it's been sitting in, it's opened up.
Yeah, the brown sugar, I'm
The
feeling.
brown
it.
sugar
Yeah.
and all is coming out so much. And then
It's like you're opening up the spice rack, but it's a different end than we're normally, we're normally the cinnamon, nutmeg, now
yeah.
we're at the brown sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
might even have got it more, a little more sweet even sitting open
Mhm.
here. But it's
Yeah.
been sitting.
yeah, we did just crack it tonight,
Yeah.
even though it's halfway gone.
This is really nice. I don't know if I would ever call this my favorite,
Mhm.
but
Unique, for
it's
sure.
unique.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with an 8. It's straight out 8.
Okay, straight 8. And so if this bottle were, just food for thought, this bottle were priced at $50 opposed to 80, how do you think that would impact your score?
Mine, it wouldn't change it. I
Okay,
mean, if something's good, it's good.
yeah,
Like with 100 down, it's not gonna affect me that much on what I
Okay.
pay for it.
fair enough. All right, that's an 8 from Just Mark. We'll go to Beanie.
Keep it simple, stupid. Yes.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go right to the chase. I think
Okay.
it's like a 7.5 or an 8
Okay, it's
overall.
gotta be one or the other. It can't be one or the
I'll
other.
go with the 7.5.
Okay.
I was gonna say 7.7.
As Mark said, it's not the best
Uh-huh,
that I've had, but under $100,
natural.
I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed with the $80 that I bought on the bottle. I've yet to.
Well, that means something coming from somebody who actually bought the same bottle
I did. It's sitting on the bookshelf.
as opposed to go for just drinking for flavor.
So yeah, I gave it a 7.
Yeah, fine,
I like it. And the big thing was the bite. So
Yeah.
at whatever it was, 125, 120,
126.4.
126 proof. It's not over the top.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I like it. It doesn't give me that, like you drink it and all of a sudden you're like kind of spurting out all that extra alcohol and
Yeah.
air afterwards.
Yeah.
Like some of your cheaper stuff. So yeah, 7.5. I'm solid with it.
More reasonably priced,
Yes.
as we like to say.
Yep.
As opposed to cheap. All right, we're going to the gentleman hailing from Germany.
Germany, yeah, previously Louisville, but yeah,
Previously
absolutely.
Louisville.
No, I think he described it very well. First of all, I get
Well, the
the
first question is, Johnny,
color.
no, actually, I'm gonna, because you are you.
Oh,
Can you get a whiskey like this in Germany? That's a hard no. It's just not available. Okay.
Still stuck on the ship.
Is there
I
any, what can you drink there? Whiskey?
to be honest with you, this may sound a little silly, but it's a little nostalgic. I used to live in Louisville for 7 years, and I only drink bourbon in Louisville. It's something about the fact with you guys, but
Yeah, I mean,
something
we know
about
that's
the
not
fact that
true.
when I taste it, it brings me right back home to
Yeah,
Louisville. I
little
love
taste
it.
of home,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I don't drink
So
it
what do
anywhere
you
else.
drink in Germany?
Beer.
it?
Good beer's good in Germany.
There's no.
I don't drink a lot of
spirits,
hard
no-
liquor. No, I don't drink
rum,
hard
tequila,
alcohol.
vodka,
How
nothing.
do you get as fat as I am?
Yeah, well,
Good question.
he's not as fat as you.
That's why I'm so
Yeah,
excited to
yeah.
come
I
back
said,
and
why
see you
did he
guys.
get as fat as
Oh, yeah.
I can have these kinds of things. No, so that's a bit of a silly answer, maybe.
No, but okay, so
it's
now you
true.
can go with the actual rates.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough. No, I have to say I love the color. I think it's really fantastic. It's that it is darker than amber.
Yeah,
Now you're getting into I think it's beautiful. The smell and the nose. I agree with the first. We get a lot of kind of a molasses, especially that brown sugar, and forget the other core criteria.
color,
Yes.
nose, palate, finish, price point.
All right. So first, to palate.
Oh, boy.
No, it's great. It's I like the warmth from it. I really feel that. It is a little, maybe a little. I don't know what the right proper terminology. A little sharper than you might.
Okay.
You might.
It's a little sharper than a weeded bourbon.
Yeah.
typically is.
Yeah.
But
there
you
you
also
go.
gotta remember
That's
the
what I'm
proof.
thinking.
that we
Yeah,
do.
right, exactly. And it really does. The proof is much more subtle than you might expect. So I
So
think it's a
there's
great
two
thing.
well, there's really three kind of burns, in my opinion. One is just a youth burn.
Yeah,
Where
okay.
this is really young, it's
The young
just,
sharp
just
one,
really.
yeah. Yeah.
Then you have a proof burn, this is just really high proof.
Right.
And the third is just kind of, you got a burn that you shouldn't have.
Okay.
You know, like this is hot and it shouldn't be.
Right,
Like
okay.
it's aged appropriately. It's not really high proof, but it's still really hot. Why is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Which one is this?
This is the second for sure.
Okay,
my
so it's
side.
the proof.
Yeah, it's a proof
Yeah.
one, and it's not. It doesn't feel to me as hot as you'd expect for the
Mhm.
proof.
Yeah.
So, price point, I think it's very fair. It's a great sipping bourbon. I enjoy it.
Okay. So again, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, which we call the gopher spirit,
Well, for
and
eight.
10 being the best, you're gonna give this
Solid
an
8.
Okay, solid 8. All right.
Thanks, sir.
All right, so here we go to the gopher, and he is. I mean, he's lost in contemplation. Over here. I mean,
Deep thought.
deep thoughts from the gopher.
Well, I actually like it. It's a great way to.
Actually, likes that means there might be something sub 5.
But.
There's always
Brings us
some
luck.
buts, but yeah, I like it. I mean, you guys are getting the brown sugar or all that stuff. I get that too. It's basically a weeded bourbon.
Yeah.
It tastes exactly like weeded bourbon.
It
You know,
is a
I-
weeded bourbon.
You don't have to say that you have brown sugar.
It's honest.
Well,
Some people might not know that it's a
But
brown sugar.
we're
They-
describing what we're
Yeah,
tasting.
yeah.
It's honest.
Yeah.
It's not trying to pretend to be something it's not.
Right. Right.
100% weeded bourbon. You get the brown sugar. Actually, I get cherry. You guys got that.
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, cherry.
Yeah. You have to have a refined palate to pick up the cherry.
Yeah, it was just weird. The cherry just kicked that. Yeah, it's a fantastic bottle. I know that it's only produced 3 times a year, A, B, and C,
By,
by Heaven Hill.
but the name Larceny comes from
Took the tour.
Gopher's been on the tour.
I know.
Read the back of the bottle.
So
Phil.
horrible with the guy's name. How many people-
Well, it's right on the bottom.
Old Fitzgerald.
John
Oh.
Fitzgerald, who was a government agent, that actually, I can't get the shot here.
Here we go.
So the name Larceny comes from John Fitzgerald, who was a government agent, who was
Johnny
tasked.
was gonna read.
Here we go.
Oh, okay, we'll
Easy.
give it to Johnny. Yeah, all right. So I don't, that way I don't mess anything up.
I'm sure my reading skills
We'll
are.
give
after
it
the
right to
tasting, but
Johnny.
here we go.
It's gonna read it in English and in German.
Well, we can do that. All right, here we go. So Johnny,
Me and my family are looking for sex.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
no, I'll talk later. Johnny Fitzgerald was a treasury agent who at the time was the only person legally allowed to carry keys to the rig houses. He often gave in to the temptation and freely took from the best bourbon barrels, uncut and barrel proof. Today you can
Fine
taste this
government
liquid.
man.
Yeah, nice and straight. Today you can taste this liquid in much the same way as John E. Fitzgerald. Legacy barrel proof, small batch scotch, small batch bourbon
Yes.
is made from mingling of 8-year-old bourbon bottle uncut. and so
We,
on.
we don't use the S word on this show.
Yeah, excuse
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So, and just to give you a little bit more than that, because although the back of the bottle tells you something, it doesn't quite give you the whole story. The whole story, Johnny Fitzgerald was the government agent that was sent to the bonded warehouse. We know what a bottle and bond has to have a government agent that oversees it, has to be bonded by the government, meaning they have to oversee the operation of the alcohol. And he would go in there and he would take what is now known as a whiskey thief,
Yeah,
but it's basically a copper tube that he would stick into, so he would, you know, if there wasn't already, he would cut a bung hole in the barrel, which is just a small cylinder hole. And then he would stick his tube in there, his thief, he would take the whiskey out and he poured it into his own bottle. And this was the finest whiskey, this is the Pappy Van Winkle whiskey that he was taking. He eventually got caught. I mean, how many years later, nobody knows.
Sorry.
How much whiskey he was able to steal, nobody really knows. But it's just so
wow.
kind of ironic and comical that this man who was a government agent stealing
Quite a
whiskey
story.
is been memorialized by having his name on this bottle,
All right.
and it's called Larceny, right?
Yeah.
And not only does he have his name on this bottle, but if you've ever had Old Fitzgerald from Heaven Hill, which is one of their prize whiskeys, it's also named after this guy. So this guy has 2 whiskeys two phenomenal whiskeys that are named after him.
Well, he
And
knew
all he
good
did was
stuff,
steal the whiskey.
but he knew good
He
stuff.
knew
Good stuff, and he stole the good stuff.
And so for that, we honor him. He knew what was good versus what was not good.
Everybody wants to eat rating on this, and that's fantastic. And it tastes like a good eat rating. So I gotta take 4 points off.
4 points.
Well,
A 0.4 or 4 points?
You're gonna give it a 4?
no, I'm going, no, no.
I think he's thinking 0.4.
4 points off. Confuse them with that.
So let's make it a 7-6.
7-6. All right.
I
That's
mean, I say that, well, the only reason I'm doing that is that I think the price range is
Because you wanna be
high.
high. It's a 7.6
mix.
from the gopher. All right.
Be his highest score.
Pretty good, right?
It's up there. It's up there. Pop, what's your score? You had a taste of this. 1 to 10.
I
What do you
did,
think? Yeah.
I had the blues,
Lou, yeah.
There's some
Yeah,
more-
Lou gave it a little-
Yeah.
If you need to wet your whistle again, let us know. But
Careful there.
well, all of we're looking,
I think you said, that, this is 128 proof.
126.4.
It's a hell of a shot of liquor.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
On a 1 to 10 score, what's your rating on this?
I'll let you know if I don't throw up. Well, you guys already know I'm drinking
Yeah,
rot gut whiskey.
right, right.
And I shouldn't even be invited to.
Well,
something
I mean,
like this.
I think you have a seat at the table, so speak your mind, you know?
Well, like
It's
I
it's
said,
your table.
it goes
Literally.
down very, very good, and I'm an experienced drinker.
That's true. No one can argue that.
I don't know about all these flowers you talk about.
Right.
These fruits that you talk
Goddamn
about.
apricots.
Uh-huh.
When I drink this, it's boom.
Yeah,
It does have a boom.
it does
Yeah,
have a little
I
bit
like
of a
the boom.
booming factor.
It's very good.
So give us a number, 1 to 10.
Um. Well, to me, something like that, it's a lot different, from something like this.
Yeah, okay,
This is a 3 or a 4
right,
scale of what's good.
okay, that's fair.
And you drink this and, there's no really bad aftertaste
Yeah.
or anything.
Right.
It's just,
Right,
this is something that I can drink, at any time. Normally I don't drink straight bourbon or.
right,
whiskey
yeah,
or
no, that leads to
anything like
bad
that.
things usually.
But I like the tang it gives you. when it
Right.
goes down.
Right,
And, I would say to me, even though I'm not drinking straight whiskey.
right,
And you're forcing me to,
right.
I'm enjoying it.
And the number is?
I'll give it a 10.
Oh, we got a 10.
Happy birthday.
All right. We knew sooner or later we'd get a 10 on the program. So it came from Papa Whitman himself.
I mean that seriously.
Sincerely, yeah.
That really is a, nice tasting,
And not just fun in this.
no, I mean it seriously.
Because a 10 is the best whiskey you ever had in your life.
I mean, for a guy like me who's been drinking rot gut for
Yeah,
60 years,
Right.
this is, kind of pleasurable, I'll get drunk already just from the alcohol.
Yeah. yeah.
But it is nice.
So let me wrap this up here by just giving my score. First of all, I think that of the whiskeys we've done this year, other than maybe that Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, this might have the best color. It's sort of a walnut, nice and dark. Really like the color. It's see that there. I mean, it just even on this. I mean, you should be able to see that at home. What we're dealing with here, just how nice that is. So that's definitely, that's a great score for me on the color. On the nose, I think I spoke about this earlier. I think I was expecting a little bit more on the nose. I was waiting for this to fill up a room with the aromas. It's not quite filling it. It will fill up your nostrils. Traditional notes, caramel, vanilla, get a little bit of cherry on the nose too. and a little heat, a little fire, a little singe in the nose hairs. Not that there's anything wrong with it, really. But the nose is good, not great. I like the nose. I could sniff on this for a while, like a smelling salt. It'll definitely wake you up
That's a good one.
if you're dozing off.
Yeah.
And you know it's whiskey, and you kind of get a sense that it's even wheated whiskey. Very pleasant nose. Doesn't knock my socks off, but it's very pleasant on the palate. Yeah, it's so hard for me to believe this is 126 points. This to me,
Yeah.
it's right in my range of about 110 proof. Right in my wheelhouse where I like a whiskey. Which again, a lot of those are barrel proofs, but they're just, they're not quite as high as this one. But the fact that this 126 is amazing at what it delivers. On the notes, again, caramel, vanilla, cherry, is pretty much the palate. I don't have any kind of mystery in there. I didn't know what to think. Like I was expecting like a mystery ingredient, but I'm just not getting it. And that's okay. On the end, it's a nice. We've covered it at length. Mark really had a finger on it early. Molasses brown sugar, big time. I mean, this is you can put this on your pancake finish, I like to call it. It's nice and sweet. It's not over the top. It's nice 30 seconds. I'll call it a handshake, not a hug.
Fair enough.
I was kind of expecting a hug, and again, a hug is not a bad thing, but it's more of a handshake. But what's amazing about it at 126.4 that there's no hug it's kind of amazing.
True.
Really. I mean, it's an engineering phenomenon. Really, if we could give an ode to Beanie, that somebody could make something like this at this kind of proof that doesn't just blow you out of the water. I'm going to give it an 8.8. It's very good. It's got a lot of uniqueness to it. Price point, I don't have a problem with for what it is.
Right.
But I was expecting a little bit more on the nose. I was expecting a little bit more on the palate. It's probably just, again, because it's been so lauded as being so great, I had these really big expectations. And again, it didn't quite meet the moment. So, all right, well, that's going to do it. We had a lot of fun here on, again, it's the Summer Road Show. We're getting away from Gopher's Corner. We're doing different venues here, and today was my dad's house, and biggest crowd we've ever had for a tasting, which is great. Again, if you'd like us to come visit you, let us know. We'll bring the whiskey, and a great bottle today. Not the best bottle of the year for me, but we still appreciate Fred's opinion, and that's about it. So I think we can all raise a glass. It's cheers for a very good bottle tonight, and
Absolutely.
thanks to my pop
Thank you.
for
Happy
hosting
birthday.
again. And happy birthday!
I still
I think
no,
Gopher's going to sing out with his best version of Marilyn Monroe's "Happy Birthday, Mr. President."
I am actually going to do the best Gopher's happy birthday. So, will you guys follow me?
A little bit.
Yeah, we got your back.
Yeah, back.
Me.
What's your dad's name?
Tom,
No, it's not. It's Blue.
it's blue. Yeah,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Blue. Happy birthday to you.
All right. All right. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you next week.